Hi guys, welcome again to Simplified RSA, as we are the guys who makes it looks easy academically. Well, not just academically, but then we make a whole lot of things look easier than it should. So anyway, good luck to everyone who's busy with their exams right now. All the best with your preparations. And if you may have some questions, man, feel free to email us. Like, for a once-off event, we can even assist you for free. But otherwise, also, if you are interested on our private lessons, do contact us in all our social media platforms. We got you. Other than that, just subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us in all our social media platforms. As you know, we always gonna have some content that's gonna assist you for free without even having to pay, you know. In a perfect world, this thing should be for free, man. It's just that to keep the lights on, there has to be some fees here and there for private classes, right? But other than that, let's look at our question for today. We are looking at question 7. I'm just going to scatter the question everywhere because like the way it was arranged, it was like a bit longer there. So looking at question 7, we're going to start as it is. We're going to do number A, B, and C in that order. So number A, we are given that if x squared minus 16x plus 73 is equals to A into x minus m squared plus p, then we have to determine the values f, m, and p. Guys, we've been doing these things. Like I say, for now, it's just us preparing for our exams. And I understand the questions that I'm getting at this point, I don't judge as to which question is better than which. If someone sends me a question, I believe they really need help on that question. Like I say, if you feel you have a question that you want to send to us that you think we should break down the question before your exam or your physics or your chemistry or your geometry, you can still email us on this email address here. We'll also have a question. But otherwise, like I say, we do offer private lessons, but also we do assist people based on the value of the question, even if it's not about money. You know what I mean? So yeah, number A, guys, it's just you having to represent a quadratic function in the form of a vertex form. Before we answer the question, let me show you something which we've been singing the entire year. So I said the general form of a quadratic function is y is equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. This is the standard form. This is the standard form of a quadratic function. And we can write this standard form in a vertex form. We can write this, so this is the standard form. We can write this in a vertex form. If we write this in a vertex form, therefore it's going to be y is equals to a into x plus or minus, doesn't matter, plus or minus m squared plus p. If I choose to use m as a variable, some both may use h and k. Doesn't matter. A variable is a variable for what's going to be inside here. So to move from here to here, we say you must complete a square, guys. To move from here to here, you complete a square. And there are some videos where I'm showing you how to complete a square from here to here. So in this case, our question doesn't have y is equals to, right? We don't have the part of y is equals to. We only have that x squared minus 16x plus 73. We must write this in the form of this. We must show that this is equals to this, meaning we must complete a square from this to achieve this. That's how we can determine the values of m and p. Now, let's do that. Let's complete the square on this one. Now, if I complete the square, by now we already know the rules. I'm not going to teach the basic rules of completing a square. If you want to learn how to complete a square, you can pause from here, look for a video which I might put on the link on how we teach how to complete a square. But for now, let's just go ahead and complete the square here. But you can follow the rules. You'll understand how it's done. So we say this is x squared. This is x squared minus 16x. Now, I have to add and subtract the square. I have to add and subtract half the square of 16. So 16, what is half of 16? Half of 16 is 8. How do I get half of 16? It's either I said I divided by 2 or I multiplied by 1 over 2, which is the same as dividing by 2. So half of 16 is 8, and then I have to add and subtract the square of 8. So I will add 8 squared, and then I will subtract 8 squared, and then I take the 73 as it is, plus 73. That's how you complete a square, guys. This is the whole process of completing a square. And the next step is to then say, let me just simplify this part first before I show you the punchline of completing a square. So I'll write this as it is, minus 16x plus 8a squared. But this one I can simplify it. It's going to be minus 8a squared. I'm aware that 8a squared is 64 plus 73. So I want to complete the square because I'm factorizing this part. And the simplicity is just you do your brackets like that and you square them if you want to understand it in a sort of cramming way, but you having to understand. So because it's x squared and it's 8a squared, you just write the x and the 8 because the squared is already covered for them. We are factorizing, you're completing a square. And the sign that has to be here is decided by the middle term, which is b, if you're looking at it as ax squared plus bx plus c. So we are looking at the value of the second term. The sign of the value of the second term determines the sign that I'll put here. So I'll put minus 8, x minus 8 squared. But I still have this part here. Minus 64 plus 72 is the same as saying 73 minus 64 plus 73 is the same as me saying 73 minus 64. Therefore, this will give me positive 9, even if you do that on your calculator. So now, as you can see, in the front of the bracket here, obviously I have a 1, right? And I don't necessarily have to write that 1. So I have a 1x minus 8 squared plus 9. And in our question, they wanted us to show that this can be written as x minus m squared plus p. So whereby you can see the value of p, you can see the value of m from here, right? And we don't even have to think as hard as we can because we can totally see from here. If x is equal to minus 8, that means m will be 8 and p, what would be p? P would be 9. So 9 is p, 8 is that. So that's how you solve number A. So as you've seen, the punchline of the question was just to complete a square from the standard form of a quadratic function to write it into the vertex form, and then you show the values of that. So now with number B, guys, number B, they're just giving you 3 marks technically. On number B, they're just teka, just like that. Because if you see, the question states that if 2 to the exponent x is equals to k, determine the values, determine the following in terms of k. So 2 to the exponent x is k. All you need to do is just to represent any other given thing in terms of k. Guys, I would say these are 3 marks. Something which is just taken. Let me show you how there's nothing to stress about here. So number B, we say if 2 to the exponent x is equals to k, and then we have to determine, as long as I can write everything like 2 to the exponent x is equals to k, and then I'm good to go. Look at the first one. The first one, I have 2 to the 2x, right? 2 to the 2x, I can write this in the form of this. Because these are exponents. 2 times that will still going to give me 2 to the exponent 2x. So this means then, if 2 to the exponent x is equals to k, this means then I have k squared. So number 1, this I can represent it as k squared, just like that. Like I say, these ones are easy, man. Number 2, look at this. Number 2, I have 2x over 3. Let me just write it below here now, with a different color, maybe, so it can 2x over 3, right? 2x over 3. I can write 2x over 3 as 2 to the x 1 over 3. And this is k. So this means k is 1 over 3, x to the exponent 1 over 3. But here's the funny thing. I always say, as a student, you should know that x to the exponent 1 over 3 is the same as root 3x, something like this. It's just the nature of roots. Okay, let me not say that. Let me not say it's just the nature of roots. It's just how it works. So this can be written as root 3 to the k. You see, that's the number 2. I hope I can squeeze in number 3 here as well. So number 1, number 2, and number 3, we are required to prove. Let me get a different color as well. So number 3, we have 2 negative x, negative 1, like that. It might look complicated, but there's nothing to worry about. Because if you look at this, you can break it down like this. You can write this in the form of 2 minus x into 2 to the minus 1. Oh, no. I copied the question wrong, guys. It should be a plus here, not a minus. It's a plus here. So I can write this in the form of this. This means that I have 2 to the exponent minus 2 to the exponent minus x, guys. This is the same as 1 over 2 to the exponent positive x in terms of the rules of the exponents. So here I'll have 1 over 2 to the positive x times positive 2, because it's 2 to the 1. It's just going to be positive 2. So just let me write it as it is, 2 there. So this then changes to 2 over 2 to the x. What does this mean? 2 over 2 to the x. 2 to the x is k. So this means is 2 over k. So that's it, guys. All the expression of number 1, number 2, and number 3. This is number 1 in terms of k. This is number 2 in terms of k. Huh? No. No. This is number 1 in terms of k, it's k squared. This is number 2 in terms of k is root 3k. And this is number 3 in terms of k. So number B was not that hard either. My dear students, as you are busy preparing for that exam, at times you may get stuck in one question and try to solve it for like 50 hours and it doesn't come right. On an exam, guys, you don't have to stress a lot. You know what you know, you solve what you solve. If you get stuck, you move on, you'll come back to that question. Mara, if I look at question C, most of students may think it's the most challenging, because I think in today's curriculum, they're no longer big on logarithm like that, because, okay, let me not state whatever I think. No opinion for this one. We are preparing for exams, right? Let's focus on the question. So solving this one, man, there you just have a combination of logarithm and exponents. And I always say logarithm and exponents goes hand in hand. Whenever logarithm fails, exponents takes over. Whenever exponents fails, logarithm takes over. Not failing like failing to work, but whenever you have to simplify things. Anyway, like I say, too much explanation. Let's go straight to the question. As hard as it may look, we're going to simplify this. So, doesn't even look hard anyway. Just making a video. So here, I'm going to use, we have 3 log 2 base p over 3 log 8 base p. This is equals to 9. Already, I see its exponent. Base is 3, base is 3. I already know if I see 9, I know I can manipulate this base to be same as any other base. So here I will have 3 log 2 base p all over 3 log 8 base p is equals to 3 squared. Because I know that 9, is the same as 3 squared. Like, I can choose as to how I want to rearrange this. Like, I can play around with the way I want. But for now, I choose to say base 3 log 2 base p minus log 8 base p is equals to 3 squared. And we know the rules of exponents. If the bases are the same, and then the exponents are also equal, so it's safe to say log 2 base p minus log 8 base p is equals to 2. Mainly because the bases are equal. I think by now, every student who's familiar with the exponential rules, you should know this. If the bases are equal, then the exponents are the same. And we have a rule of logarithm. The rule of logarithm is, say, if you have log a minus log b, this is the same as log of a divided by log of b. This is the rule of exponent also, which everyone is expected to know, which we can apply here. If I apply that rule there, and then I will have log of 2 over 8p should be equals to 2. You see now where it's going. We are getting closer to our answer, obviously, if we are there. Log of 2, 8 should be that. Let me just finish the question on the next. I'll finish the question here. So this is the same as log of, look at this. 2 over 8 is the same as 1 over 4 because 2 goes once into 2 and it goes 4 times into 8. Base of p is equals to 2 like that. And now to move this to exponents again, applying my logarithm, I know that this is the same as 1 over 4 is equals to p squared. 1 over 4 is equals to p squared. And I know that normally I prefer to work with the variable when it's on the right hand side. So if I write this as p squared is equals to 1 over 4, it means I can write this as p squared is equals to 1 over 2 squared. Because 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, which is the same as 1 over 4. And again, the rules of exponents, if the exponents are equal, then the bases are also equal. Therefore, it's safe to say p is equals to 1 over 2, whereby we have solved the value of p, of which we're required to solve the value of p. So that's how easy it is. So that's it, guys. That's how simple question 7 is. Follow us on all our social media platforms, like I say, because we'll be doing such videos every now and then. If you are doing grade 12, it doesn't matter. We still do university stuff. So just make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, follow us on Facebook. And we also upload our videos on Spotify as well. So if you want to watch some of the content on Spotify, you can also follow us on Spotify. Just go to your Spotify app and search for simplified_RSA. At the end of the day, we're all gonna do well if we try to listen to each other, or if you follow us because we are the #1 learning platform in the world. I'm Mr. My Money. This is Simplified RSA, and we are the guys who makes it look easy. Until next time.